beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Joy. This is my March update for my Pandit Palette 2023. I've been working on this project since the start of the year, so my update for today is a combination of my uses, the number of uses since my last update, and the total number of uses since I started the project. And I'm going to start my update with the least used eyeshadow to the most used eyeshadow. So there are 8 eyeshadows that I'm working on in this project. They are all single eyeshadow, and I put them into this magnetic palette. So this magnetic palette, tiny magnetic palette, can hold 8 regular size eyeshadows. Alright, starting with the least used eyeshadow, and it's this green shade. This is a Franken green shade. Part of the green in here is from the project I worked on last year, the Years of Usage eyeshadow project pan. I worked on a green shade, and then I did a Franken green shade because that green shade was a bit dull and I want it to look a bit brighter, so I mix another green, but it's still not bright enough for me. It's still not intense for me, but anyway, so that's what it looks like after using this 8 times. And since my last update, I used that 4 times, so the most number of uses is this. It is in the month of March. The next eyeshadow I used 11 times, and it's this shade Luscious. This is from a Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. I've used this 3 times in my last update, since my last update, and total number of uses is 11 for this project. And then the next one, total number of uses is 19. It's a shade that I already hit pan on. I managed to expand the pan of this one. This is an eyeshadow from a Too Faced Sweet Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette. And I think the shade name for this is Milk Choco. Since my last update, I used this 3 times. So I've only used that 3 times. Total number of uses is 19. The next shade, the total number of uses is 23, and it's this shade. This is the Lancome Absolute Seduction eyeshadow, the brown eyeshadow there, but it's a Franken eyeshadow because there's very little product left in there. So what I did is I mixed another brown shade, which I don't really remember what brown shade it was. So this is what it looks like. I managed to expand the pan of that one. So that's 23 uses. The next one is 24 uses since the start of the project. And it's an eyeshadow I aimed to hit pan on, and I did. So the target was just to hit pan on this one. I hit a huge pan. There's a huge pan in here. Total number of uses is 5. I think I already hit pan on this one on my second use. And the total number of uses since the start of the project, as I said, is 24. This is from a Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette that I worked on years back as my Pandit palette. The next eyeshadow is, I have 26 uses since the start of the project, and it's also from a Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette, and it's the brown shade. It's the brown in the last row, the middle eyeshadow on the last row of that eyeshadow palette. And this one, total number of uses is 26, but since my last update, I used this twice only. This eyeshadow I've been using as an eyeliner rather than fully using it as an eyeshadow. And since I'm working on my other eyeshadows as an eyeliner, I haven't really been reaching for this. And then the next one, I've used 28 times. And it's this gold shade or yellow shade. This is also from a Lancome Absolute Seduction eyeshadow palette. Since my last update, I've used this 7 times. Total number of uses is 28. I've been using this to highlight my inner corner on my eyes. So it's more of a highlighter. And there were instances that I'll use this as a topper. So like when I use this green shade, I would top it with this one very lightly, just to have a sheen on the green eyeshadow on my eyes. And lastly, an eyeshadow that I've been using as an eyebrow powder, I have finally used it up. I've used this 20 times since my last update, and total number of uses is 68. Now, I now have a problem what I'm going to use for my eyebrows, because I did try this. It doesn't really work, but I'm still going to give it a try. Mix it with something else, perhaps. We'll see. Or I might end up using one of my eyebrow pencil. I still have two, if I'm not mistaken, in my inventory, so I can work on that one. But I prefer using powder over pencil actually for my eyebrows. So this is my update for my Panda Palette 2023. I now have used up one shade and hit pan on 3 eyeshadows. Hopefully in my next update, I get to hit pan on another eyeshadow. Likely would be this gold shade if I hit my brush on the same place every time I use it. Or it's possible to hit pan on the Luscious if I try to use that more than 11 times next month, I think. Because this one actually, whenever I use it, I'm quite generous. I get a lot of the product. All of these shades actually, well, not really all, except for this gold shade. I don't use as much as I should, or as much as I would with the other eyeshadows. There you go. So that's my update for my Panda Palette 2023. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!